어우씨, 왜 게임 키자마자 갑자기 배가 아프냐. 뭐야 갑자기.
have to warn you about the greatest evil and danger on God's earth. Men's cruelty and wickedness. You may say
왜 기도가 안 되는 거지?
that all men
왜 또 기도가 안 되지? 여긴 기도하는 데가 아니야? 참 희한하네.
well, that's just what they want you to think. They're the
I went past your garden the other day, and that
이게
dog
뭐야?
of yours was going mad,
근데 패러지는 어디야?
barking and growling at me like I was a stranger. He never used to be like that.
I know.
엄한 놈을 타고 와버렸네. 말을 팔 걸 그랬다 이러면.
Sorry.
full well they
He's getting
steal
old and losing his
kill and
wits.
rape
He's
poor,
half blind and
defenseless
good as
women.
deaf.
Fair maidens, protect your innocence. Run to the nunnery and give yourself to God.
Watch where you're going.
Watch where you going. 이해인병.
Well, this doesn't seem too bad.
Right.
안녕하세요.
Christ, take a bath.
Did you see a lad named Ranyek?
Aye,
How did Ranyek do at dice?
terribly. He had the worst of luck. He owed a lot of coin at the end of the night. I'm not all that surprised they were keeping an eye on him to make sure he didn't run away.
Do you know where Ranyek is now?
No, but try asking the dice players. He played with them all night long. Maybe he told...
Are the dice players...
That's them, at that table, over there. They sit there playing dice every single day. The devil knows where they get their money from. Take care.
여관 주인 말들 한번 얼굴 씻어야겠는데.
out of clay and played with it. Round.
The dice are my way today.
You know, then you must have a drink with us.
Thanks.
Impatient, we can take you to him right now.
Where are we going?
To see Ranyek.
Look, don't be angry, but if I'm coming...
You don't trust us.
Of course not.
I get it. I just did. Ranyek's dead.
What?
에?
Well, he's passed on. We wanted to show you.
What happened to him?
No, not at all. But the way he went,
Bullshit. Ranyek only came
you make friends quickly playing dice, and we liked Ranyek right away.
because you milked him dry, eh?
That's not what happened. I mean,
So what happened to him?
he
That's no great loss. You didn't have much anyway.
Are you... you fucking serious?
That's not funny at all. When it was clear he had no way to settle his debt, he started looking. So we kept an eye on him. He tried. Finally, he said he needed to dump a load. We waited outside the priv, but the bastard tried to flee the other way. He climbed through the hole, under the boards, and right into the shit pit. We went around the back, thinking he'd pop out.
Didn't you...
No. There were bubbles coming out in one. He owed us a lot, but we...
Where exactly did he drown?
The shit pit is back there, behind... Ludva threw a 5 that one time, then another 5 and a 1. I threw 3 2s, but I took a 1 and threw again. But then he got 2 1s and a 6.
왜 빈도를 계산하네? 수박사에 오른 거라. 누구셔?
It seems you're looking...
Indeed I am. I am, sir, yeah.
Pleased to meet you.
Who are you, anyway?
My name is Henry.
Great. I see you're kitted out pretty well, all right.
I have. Minor skirmishes, big battles, and not just with my...
Good. If you can keep your... Have you faced Cumans?
I've faced the Cumans. Those Hungarian mercenaries torched...
My condolences. I'm on the trail of a band of Cumans who captured my brother. And I need someone who...
Your colours, sir. Battle...
Moravia. I'm the heir to... That is,
The heir, or
Lord now. But let's not waste time on niceties and...
how was?
We were ambushed by this band of Cuman. They killed my men.
How come they didn't kill him?
They're not stupid. They knew he was a knight and they could ransom him.
Today's my lucky day. I can feel it in my
Is any?
No one. I asked the Lord of Pisek for help, but it seems the Bohemian lords...
So you want us to track?
Are you afraid? They won't be expecting a counterattack so soon.
What?
We were riding to...
What's so important in?
We were transporting. That's a Certainly not until you
It sounds pretty hazardous.
Well, we'll go back to the place where the Cumans ambushed us. Can I count?
I can't.
In Moravia, the fellas will be lining up to ride with me. Apparently, go and...
퀘스트 마커를 찍을 겸 지금 진행한다고 해야 되나? 아, 메인만 하려 했는데.
About this.
Have you changed?
All right.
Yeah, excellent. No, but I need you to obey my command.
I understand.
Follow me, Henry.
아,
Mount up
바로
and ride
시작해야
with
돼?
me.
아,
The place where we were ambushed isn't far.
이것도 그냥 가만히 그냥 씹고 내 거 진행하면은 퀘스트 실패로 될 텐데. 아, 참. 성장까지 입혀놓으셨네? 진짜 있는 집이긴 한 거구만.
Are you blind or just your horse? Watch out.
고양이 소리가 왜 이렇게 많이 나?
Tell me, Henry. Where are you from?
From Skalitz, sir.
Ah, drop the sir. You're riding into battle with me. So call me Posey.
Posey?
Skalitz, you say? Where's that?
It's not far from Sasau. They mine the king's silver there. Well, they used to. The place was torched and pillaged by Sigismund's army. And it's been abandoned.
Right. You mentioned that. Well, all glory to your family to the end of time. Today we shall avenge them. That I promise you.
Sir, Posey, where are you from?
My father, Albrecht, ruled Engelsberg in Moravia. But our family's originally from these parts. Our house was founded by Miroslav of Simperk. He built Simperk Castle near to Kuttenberg and also founded Sedles Monastery.
So you're a local?
Yes and no. Our family is from here. We've lived in Moravia for several generations. Enough talk. We'd do better to quicken our pace. Dig your spurs in and stick close to me.
이게 서두르는 속도야? 똥감 보러 가려고 했다가 씨. 잠깐만, 똥감 보는 게 사라졌지? 아, 예, 미안하다. 왜 이렇게 카이트 실드가 막 성능이 좋게 나와있지? 응?
Quick! Quick!
아 어디까지 가? 메인 캐만 밀 거라고 했는데 아 참. 아이 나중에 퀘스트 받을 때 받겠다라고 해놔도 그냥 퀘스트 마커를 좀 표시를 해두지. 까먹고 놓치고 지나갈까봐 씨발 이거 해놨다고 괜히 또.
There. That's
Ah.
where they ambushed us. Well, well. I see the scavengers are gathering. Follow me, Henry. Halt, you thieves! Don't move a finger, or we'll kill you all.
Up! Up!
Fuck, who's
Who
that?
speaks for you?
I do. Who are you?
I am Sir Jan Posey of Simburg. And these are my men here, who you are robbing and desecrating.
Your man?
Watch
Stop
it, fellas.
stammering and
They're
introduce
arguing.
yourself
You
to
should
your
never
lord,
go in.
you beast!
Mercy, sir. My name is Wojtek. We never did nothing to no one.
Did nothing? Robbing the dead is a crime. And since these are my men, I have every right to sentence you all to death for that crime.
Have mercy,
Sir,
We were only passing
we didn't
by.
take nothing valuable. We was just looking for some food or some little thing we could swap for a bite to eat. These are evil times, and my wife and kids ain't got a morsel to eat. Be merciful. Sir, please, don't let him kill us. I beg you.
Your fate is in the hands of the Lord of Simburg.
Kicking, you piece of shit!
Don't dare bleed
왜 또 안
to death
때려줘? 또
before
안
I
때려줘.
cut
아우.
you. Thanks to God I'm the Blessed Virgin.
아니 네 대를 휘젓는 동안 한 대도 안 맞았네 이 새끼. 말이 되나 이게?
And that's that. Oh, fucking thieves.
Well, that's that.
It's pretty clear from the tracks which way
Why?
there was a priest traveling with us. Search the bodies on the road. I'll have a look around the cart. If you find him,
Can I?
you're all right.
How come you?
He was an emissary from Sedlet's Mon.
So you were escorted?
More or less.
Shouldn't we? How did?
It was dusk. But we wanted to stop off. They rained arrows
How did?
when it started. That damned beasts. By the time I got her under control, I chased after them.
That's all.
I thought you'd never. We've no time.
All right.
Good. And if you happen across anything that you should go into battle properly equipped. And anyway, the fellas had halberds. If you for keeping those bar.
No. Right.
할버드요? 뭔 화살이야? 아까 모트가 여기서 엄청 뒤졌는데.
Search. Free.
부자판 화살? 야, 1800이요? 진짜 중기장은 되게 했네.
This must be that priest. Dead and robbed.
Whoever did this has no scruples.
야, 진짜 데미지 처참하다 발샹카.
I found that
Lord have mercy.
No, I didn't find anything.
Yeah, that's all. Well, there's nothing to be done. The Cuman's tracks lead towards the woods. It shouldn't be hard to track them. We'll leave the horses here. Stay on my heel.
Let's go then.
After me. The tracks lead this way.
야, 웬일로 모트가 없어. 나 알아서.
This way.
너무 편한데?
Definitely more than 5 of them. Stick close, Henry.
토끼다. 완전 오랜만이네. 아, 이거 이 순록 새끼가 이거.
Lucky
어우, 그래도 체력이 닳진 않았네.
devils didn't try to wipe their tracks.
잠깐만. 포만감이 위험하다. 냠냠. 여기 왜 이렇게 토끼가 많아?
Look, Henry. There's some girl there. Let's go to her. She might have seen something. Leave the talking to me so you don't scare her. Hey, girl! Wait! We want a word with you.
Who are you, sir? What do you want of me?
Have no fear, lass. I am Sir Jan Posey of Zimburg. How are you called?
Fiolka, sir.
Well, Fiolka, we're on the trail of an armed band of bloodthirsty Hungarian mercenaries. Have you seen them? They carry curved swords and have strange clothes.
Curved swords? Mother of mercy? I haven't seen them, but demons like that must be hiding in them creepy ruins on the hill.
What ruins?
Ma forbade me to go there. Wait, sir, did you say you're from Zimburg?
I did.
But then you must know it. That's what those ruins are called. Zimburg. Ma told me there used to be some great knight living there. Was that your papa?
What? Those bastards are holed up in our abandoned castle.
Well, they're definitely not at our mill.
Fuck! I'll show them. Run along home, Petal. It's not safe here. Henry, follow me.
God be Christ.
I'll slay them all. Hiding out in our ancestral home? Those bastards. We're on your heels, fuckers. You'll be sorry. Fuck. This is it. They must be hiding here, quietly. They're really hiding in the ruins of our castle. Kurva. I'll hack the lot of them to pieces. Come on. Let's try to get closer. Carefully. We don't know yet how to deal with them. Henry! Listen, here there's more of them, but we have the element. We barge in and get right in the middle of them. They've got archers, but we'll kill as many as we can before they get their wits together. You have to watch everything around you, not give anyone a chance to get behind you. They'll get in each other's way, and that'll be our opportunity. A quick attack and then fall back. No, I'll keep them busy, and you...
What about your brother?
I haven't seen him. We'll cut those fuckers down and free.
I think we'd have a
And leave Miroslav there to...
You said your brother was... They won't harm him. If your brother is... We will catch...
큰일 났다. 기력이랑 배고프면 어떡하지? 기력이랑 배고프면 어떡해?
Well, it doesn't get any... Remember what I said.
A frontal attack is really...
Oh, for Christ's sake, what did you...
I'll sneak in and find Miroslav. Free him.
But it wouldn't be easy. I can run to your aid. We can still attack together.
I'll manage.
All right. I'll keep my head down. Here, take my sidearm.
All right.
God go with you.
We better not forget about that council assembly.
You're finna. Milahaka.
이런.
Damod!
이런. 뭐 버렸네. 이런.
Gyerünk is, szemetek! Szard össze magad!
떼야 돼.
Arzabálok!
There's no escape!
Don't spare him!
That's yours,
Szép találom!
You haven't a
Nem egy
chance!
csapás! Szép találom! A következővel a pokolra jutsz!
개판이 됐구만.
Közel vannak!
There's no escape!
Tudjuk a seggetekkel! Túrót a pofákat, a rohadék! A fenébe! Nem érek rá egész!
Jesus Christ. My head. I must have hit it on something.
죽으셨는데? 안 죽었네.
I better not forget about that council assembly.
You're finna.
Riodo!
뭐야? 저 각도에서는 저게 은신처치 활성화가 안 되네? 일부러 저렇게 해놨구나. 일부러 아예 후방을 막아놨구나.
Better not forget about that council assembly.
이거를
You're finna. Még mindig hallom. Mi le? Riodo!
뭐야 이거 왜 한 번에 돌아봐? 어떻게 된 거야 이게? 어떻게 저렇게 한 번에 돌아보지?
I better not forget about that council assembly.
You're finna. Mi a fasz? Megint hall. Riodo!
이게 왜 뭐야? 어떻게 저렇게 갑자기 빙빙 돌아봐? 저건 미쳤나봐. 씨발. 소음이 20 미만인데 저걸 어떻게 찾아보냐고. 그리고 왜 이거 지랄하고 왜 은신처치가 안 되는데? 기절도 안 되고.
Mi a fene? Mi a faszom volt ez? A faszom. Ha? Mi a faszom volt ez? Mi a fasz? Kifelé!
Riadó! Roham!
에이 지랄한다 진짜. 왜 공격 판정이 나만 안 되고 AI만 신단 공격하게 만들어놨는데. 아 이런.
Christ's sake! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker! I can't take him on my own! Dead!
여기 있네. 오세요.
Come on then!
Harapj egy kis füvet!
저기도 있어?
Oh, for Christ's sake!
이런.
That won't work on me! You got him!
Untie me, fella. Hey!
Miroslav of Tsim.
What?
The battle's over.
Posies a
A
lot.
little bloody. Outside.
Thanks, Henry.
Muro! Muro!
Christ. This whole castle's falling to pieces and this fucking thing's solid as a rock.
Muro!
You fellas took your sweet time.
There you are, you ungrateful son of a bitch. What's the matter? Been tugging your bone too much?
I'm still strong enough to get you on your back.
Come on.
Good old Simberg. Home sweet home, eh?
It's a bit ironic you saving my neck right here, eh? Poetic almost. Nice fucking poem.
Nice work, Henry.
I'm grateful to both of you. Serious. What the fuck took...
I went to Suchdol after the...
Well, you didn't find many.
Not even for coin. All I found was a Henry's not alone.
Where are you from?
From Skalitz.
Sir, my ass.
Tugboat.
It's a long...
Yeah, story he does.
Yeah, about as...
Never mind, Henry. Tell us. You should have seen us, brother. We were like two...
Seriously, Henry, where did you learn to fight? Posey doesn't praise anyone's swordsmanship without a...
I've had a few teachers, and a lot of practice, too. But
I don't know him.
Nor I.
he's an excellent
Yeah, tough teacher.
So, what are you two...
Over. Miro.
I don't know where, but I know who. The leader is a big cunt called Sharkan. He questioned me, but I told him to go...
So it seems we... But first, here.
Thanks.
If you want to earn a bit more, stop by. Meanwhile, we'll camp here. Then go back to bury our...
Actually,
Oh, come on! It's a long story. We don't have time.
Oh, go on, brother.
I won't. You'll just...
I won't.
Bollocks. I don't believe you.
Oh, well, I'll just tell...
Jesus Christ, you can't be serious.
Oh, come on. When we were little, this prioress from the abbey used to come to the castle to teach. She used to come early in the morning. She walked into Miro's chamber and caught him... I can't finish.
Oh, for Christ's sake. She walked in just when I was...
you were what?
Tugging his bone. Tug bone.
Yeah,
She never came back.
maybe that's why you...
Well,
I'd appreciate...
Nat.
what?
Tell anyone you like.
So did...
Our clan has a certain tradition of...
Ah, bollocks. Just because we weren't born, our ancestors had to abandon Simburg, but our
which we had to abandon too.
Aye. And now, the Simburgs have their seat.
But we had to leave there when our own uncle denied us father's in...
What did...
Oh, sorry, Henry.
He helped us, though.
Be quiet. If anyone finds out, we're fucked. Or have you forgotten why we're here?
No,
I thought... Sorry, Henry, but it's real.
All right.
Thanks for...
Look out for you.
짐브루크 가문. 짐브루크 가문에 대한 최초의 기록은 1142년 가문의 유명한 선조인 미로슬라프가 보헤미아에서 가장 오래된 시토 수도의 수도원인 세들레츠 수도원을 설립한 시기까지 거슬러 올라간다. 미로슬라프의 출신에 대해서는 알려진 바가 없으며 은색과 적색의 성이 그려진 문장은 14세기 인장으로만 기록으로 남아있다. 가문의 원래 중심지는 알려져 있지 않으나 전설에 따르면 짐브루크 가문은 폴리차니 인근의 브루슐리츠 계곡 위에 있는 성을 중심지로 여겼다고 한다. 그러나 이곳에 대한 연구에서 해당 성을 이름 없는 선사시대 및 중세 초기의 언덕 요새로만 기록하고 있다. 14세기 동안 가문은 트르나브카와 모라비아의 코리차니 인근에 동일한 이름의 성 두 채를 더 건설했다. 짐브루크 가문의 유명한 구성원으로는 얀 바흐샨과 짐브루크의 미로슬라프 형제가 있는데 계승권을 두고 숙부인 알레시와 다툼을 벌였던 것으로 알려져 있다. 이들은 후스 전쟁 동안 도적 기사이자 용병으로 악명을 떨쳤다. 한타까리 하는 분들이구만. 그럼 나는 조폐국장 바비크에게 가가지고 또 캠 우르르 가야겠네. 콘클라브인지 컨셀인지. 이건 뭐야? 아우 진짜.
It's a trap! What fuck? Bastard!
못 봤네 나는. 무릎에 화살을 맞았구만. 아 이런. 뭐야 어디 맞은 거야? 아 이런. 이런. 그대로 맞았네. 때려봐. 이런. 뭐야? 왜 반격이 안 됐지? 이상하네. 기분이 나빠. 분명 반격이 됐어야 했는데. 상대는 위쪽에서 공격하고 내가 전투 장비를 아래쪽으로 향하고 있었는데 왜 안 된 건지 이해가 안 되네. 반격으로 깔끔하게 끝났어야 했는데. 지랄하고. 오.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
Ow! Kurva! Don't ride among people if you don't know what you're doing!
I'm going to see the Mint Master.
Any fool could say that.
I have an appointment.
All right.
리우트잖아.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your...
Hold your horses. Actually, I have...
You've come to Black.
Call it what you like.
The assembly. The one...
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king.
Don't try that on me. This is connected with Ruthard, isn't it? And tell the truth.
Well, I just want to climb the social ladder a bit. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
And could you not choose a different occasion for that?
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulder...
All right, all right. Maybe if I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and that will be the end.
And how about a few groschen to seal our...
You're worse than a horse dealer. You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him.
왜 조폐국장인데 씨발 협박해서 주는 거
Everyone
100그루신데
would want
안
to
돼?
give up an opportunity to
아까
serve
커만인
the
5명
king of
쳐줬다고
Hungary.
그 목 하나당 100그루신 줬는데?
Who's...
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a booze. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter, otherwise you won't...
What will I...
Fast feet and good manners.
Excuse me?
Do you think you can serve the king?
Well, no.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made
Work...
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout.
At the what?
That German ale...
What would...
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told...
I'll be going then.
Just make sure we both...
아 이걸 이렇게 닫아버리네.
Careful! You're not allowed in here, so...
왕실 웨이터의 옷을 구하세요. 왕실 웨이터 확인서를 구하세요.
God be with you.
You silly
Keep the
doggy.
peace and we'll stay friends.
여관이 여기였나? 이건 상인이고. 아, 여관이 어디더라? 여관이 여기더라. 내 침대. 백만 년 만에 자는 거같네. 아침 사과 아주 좋고. 자, 옷을 팔아줄 사람은 누구인가? 아, 재간사 씨발 안 오는 거 봐. 한숨 더 적어요. 못해도 8시는 넘어야 된단 말이지. 이 중세 시대는 씨발 우리나라랑 씨발 그 장사 감각이 달랐나? 왜 9시가 돼서 뭐 장사를 시작하고 난리야 시장이. 얘는 아닌데.
Nothing to your liking, sir?
왕실 웨이트 옷을 어디서 구하지?
Needles, thread, pins, silk thread.
아무리 생각해도
Show me
이거
your
팔아야
wares.
되는데. 왕실 웨이터, 왕실 웨이터, 왕실 웨이터, 왕실 웨이터. 성장만 더럽게 많이 파네.
Maybe next time then, sir.
Excuse me. 대낮에 횃불을 들고 다니는 빵빵 빵빵해요. 겨자. 뭐야 겨자 안 사? 사네?
Happy to be of service, sir.
Axes, pads, nails, tape your pick. All quality wares.
설마 갑옷장이?
Good morning, lad.
What?
I hope you're fine.
We've got enough to go around.
Inexpensive, but what'll it be then?
I hear one frantic.
Aye, the finest. But it was worth it.
As it happened. Can I wait here?
Why not?
I ought to go and see Ro. Greetings. I'd like to.
Surely you can wait. Here you are. No more.
And you impatient fa-
You must be Frantical.
I am.
I'm Henry.
I am. Look here. Then count. Why would you want...
I want to see the king in the flesh.
Why is that?
I heard a lot about him.
And as bad-tempered as the devil. The more I think about it. To begin with, look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you?
Well, to tell the truth.
You're off to a great start. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you, and think up some good excuse. Clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's list. Here it is. I look like a... The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you.
You better...
I ought to go and see Rosa. She'll be expecting me.
로산?
I mustn't forget about the city council.
로산 저것도 시간 제한이 있어? 로산. 여기까지 그럼 가야 되네.
And the tavern too.
Fine saddles.
Are you here?
아이 로치 고장나. 로치 간다. 해보스 고장나.
Careful.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Careful.
By the way,
My favourite.
as I wandered through the fortress, and there it lay.
You really found it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way,
I read a bit of it.
what did you...
While reading it, I thought the writing style seemed familiar.
Really?
Well, yeah. As if I knew the writer himself. Or herself.
Women writing books. Come now.
Why not?
Such audacity.
More like experience.
A person does all that work to learn to read and write, but then they sit you down at a table to copy the works of others for the rest of your life.
Wasted.
Not just time, above all...
Hold on.
I did. Look, you've never thought...
Me?
How should I know?
That's a tempting notion.
Wouldn't you want to at least...
I suppose...
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish...
That sounds great.
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers.
My pleasure.
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many ideas, but we might...
Both?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. I'll take careful notes. You'll have to try a little...
Well,
Why not?
you mean I have to think of...
You don't need to.
They've already been...
That's 2 words, but I'll forgive you. And you...
Make him a villain.
You seem to be quite in...
You mean whether...
The lines between good and bad are...
I won't pretend to be a saint. I've already snapped a few times and have a few mishaps on my conscience.
Forsooth. So you're another little thief who steals from the rich, gives to the poor, and spins the ladies' heads around.
Am I spinning your head around?
I don't mean me in particular. Never mind. Back to our story. So, you proposed a murderer. What has driven him to this act? What was his motive?
What about revenge?
Cold-blooded, bloody, and best of all, unjust. I like that.
Did I ever tell you that you scare me a little sometimes?
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, just about finished.
Well, let's have a look.
Not yet. Something's missing.
What?
A picture. I don't trust myself with proper illumination, but I think I can handle a sketch. Especially if you'll be my model.
What? And what on earth do I have to do?
Have you ever seen anyone play a flute? So sit down and pretend you're playing one.
As you wish. But promise you won't laugh at me.
아, 상관없구나.
Well, now we're done.
Finally. I'm sore all over.
Your suffering is over. Come take a look at what we've done. Your reward.
Are you going to do laundry today?
So what about that story of ours? Tell me your impressions.
It's nice. It reminds me of the fairy tales I heard as a child. Some scared me so much I nearly crawled under the table. But that's just the way fairy tales are.
My dearly departed mother used to say that the Twilight Witch would carry me off if I misbehaved. And it seems father still wishes she would at times. And what about the sketch? For such a slapdash job.
Oh, it's pretty.
But otherwise, I think we...
Well. And for that...
No beating her. Please do stop by sometime. Perhaps I can show you my collect...
로스아가 책을 완성할 수 있게 도왔습니다. 네, 중요한 거는 얼굴에 피를 좀 씻고 해야 되는데 어디로 나가지?
Fuck me. Good to see.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
정오 전에는 퀘스트에 돌입했는데 근데 지금 그게 중요한 게 아니라 똥간에 구르던 모습으로 가면 그렇지 좀.
Not your day, eh?
Hurensohn! Teufelstier! Sound as a bell.
Quality merchandise.
씻을 데가 없어.
Tools! Iron tools!
그렇다.
Tools here! Don't be coy! My wares will bring you joy! Iron wares! Knives! Rivets! Axes! Come and take...
왕실 웨이터의 모자 코트 왕실 웨이터의 바지
Your pick!
Come and take your pick. New wares.
Delicious
The
pears!
finest fine
Juicy
wares.
pears!
Cobblers, tailors, tanners, saddlers, potters, herbalists, goldsmiths, dyers, coopers, brewers,
그거 아니야?
Careful.
Don't be shy. Come closer and take us a look.
You lout! I apologise.
주무 싫어?
Franta cooldown sent.
Franta's not coming.
He crippled his leg. He can't even...
Is it serious?
I won't come to that.
All right, we can't be without a waiter here. So, have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure.
Everything's... You've got a waiter's a tunic, you have. You can put your steel aside in front of the council chair. You don't want to be dragging a load if you're running everything as it should. Do you know what your duties are for an inexperienced greenhorn?
Well, I'll happily listen to it.
I should certainly hope. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready. In short, behave. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokai or red monastery wine.
White or red by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarjitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So we can't allow that to happen.
All right. So,
and if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him.
To stay in the back.
Correct. The councillors have a lot to... And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind...
Oh? I thought...
Well, yes, but only to what... Understood?
What if I'm...
Then I'll see to it that you won't get... But I'm sure that's not...
I know everything I...
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load.
포도주 따르기. 손님이 당신을 부르면 손을 들어 토카이 또는 수돈을 주문한다. 주문을 다시 말해달라 요청 가능. 방 구석에 있는 테이블에서 용기 2개에 든 포도주를 찾을 수 있습니다. 손님이 요청한 포도주를 골라 용기를 들고 손님의 테이블로 향하세요.
There are the pictures of wine. Hopefully I won't splash anyone's shoes.
Is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at,
pour me some
Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the dry devil,
Which wine?
used
Are you
that
colorblind?
White that Hackenbush hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them.
Thank you,
Herrgott.
waiter.
It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr
I
König
apologize.
surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The dry devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down,
That's not
and
a
you
good
want
idea,
to
sir.
defend
This is
yourselves
unbelievable.
with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection.
White up,
isn't he?
pour me red wine. Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
Well, you're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies. Nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
I fancy some
So
Tokai.
the cleanliness of the
Refill,
city
boys.
is not what
Orders
it should
from
be.
above.
This
The
is
current bars in the
unbelievable.
city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome.
More
But a
wine,
woman named
Master
Betty has
Bailiff?
showed up in Hopbrink and wants to repair the baths that used to be there.
She's a protege of Mare.
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house, and no one's noticed the theft yet. But go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
I can't.
You're supposed to do what you're told. But suit yourself. I'll go and get it myself.
You can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a... you-know-what.
So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with
흑사병을
the
아직도
baths,
주님의 뜻으로.
unless the Lord
full
wishes
cup of
to
monastery
punish
wine.
the wickedness that's going on in there.
Monastery.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to spend. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
It's only
What
a
have
waste
you
of
poured
time
for
because
me?
we're always
I said
arguing
red.
about the same
Pardon me.
thing.
Not
It's
at
noisy
all.
here.
If you'd finally admit that
수원이-
it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming
수원
back.
100% 아니었어?
A trifle. Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage,
수원 100% 아니었어?
slop and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense!
예, 잠깐만. 다시 봐야겠다. 아, 수도원이 적색이야. 아, 토카이가 백색이구나.
Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nars's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way. At least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
Hey, waiter!
And as we know,
Pour me some monastery
Gunslin
wine.
absolutely
수도원이
hates him.
적도도 줘.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides,
Boy,
if his men
I'd like
attacked
some
yours,
white.
as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case,
Sorry.
it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city
설마 뺑
gossiped
돌아갔어야
about
되나?
it.
you, waiter.
I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
You there,
Unless
lad.
he puts an
A
end
cup
to
of red.
us first.
And don't you
God
skimp on me.
knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move
I'm
on.
sorry.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling
Monastery
you're not
wine.
telling
어디로
us
가야 돼?
Here.
Sorry.
Are you accusing me of lying?
Those are
Well,
strong
앞으로 가는 게
words,
맞은가
my
보네.
friend.
뒤로 가니까 활성화가 안
Nobody
되네,
said
키가.
anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened?
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth to
목적이 뭐였지, 이게?
the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Rutard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Rutard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal.
결투가 불법이었어 여기는?
This, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword fighting school brought this custom to us. That German, Menhard, is just
Waiter,
hanging around the
get me
market
what?
looking for trouble.
Why?
Don't be ridiculous, Forsucker. You act like you've never been in a fight yourself.
So?
And to accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof.
Don't hang around me.
We're not some
Vanish,
fishwives in the marketplace.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished by the bailiff. And that's that.
Come here for a moment.
There are more
Refill,
pressing
sir.
matters
Do you
to
think
deal
I come
with.
to the council
More
just to guzzle
pressing
wine?
than the
Come
open
here.
contempt of the whole.
What can I help you with?
I left my gloves. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot I can't just get a fine servant you.
Already laughing at us all day long. So
I
what if there
apologize.
one more reason?
My words exactly. The town council is
I'd like some
squabbling
monastery wine.
constantly
Refill
at
my
the
cup,
old
shall we?
church, and no one is left unscathed.
This is
And you, a councillor, let people throw dirt on our work?
If I threw out everyone who complains over a beer, I'd soon be out of customers.
Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
Since there's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to mock a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster?
Hey, waiter!
Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
호카이가
Haven't you
매겼지.
noticed there's a war going
이거
on?
적이잖아.
Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare
Boy!
of the city behind your complaints.
It's my white!
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for
About
instance,
time.
that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me?
Boy,
Ah,
I'd like
I
some white.
think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you?
Sir?
I acquired my seat for the services our
Good.
guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them
Hey,
brawl.
waiter, pour me some Takai.
This is news to me.
Because
호카이
it has
100%.
all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, sir. I'd forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
Thank you, waiter.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Juchek Össe, Alegiop Katonaikat, Ishkelkinek Utra.
어디 나라 말을 쓰는 거야 이건? 이야 성깔 있어 보인다. 왼쪽은 쿵한 용병 대장인가 보네. 따르라고.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Unlike this plan of false!
프롤로그의 요새가 여기였나? 아씨, 계속 봐도 모르겠네.
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock. And you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Who's that French fellow?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blab besides. He defended Kuttenberg. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to bring...
What can I say? You can...
Or, until...
No fear of that in my case. Wine.
Do you know any...
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here.
Rabbi?
It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But... what do you plan to...
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up.
Have you perchance forgotten we're...
I'll leave that to the older and wiser.
Dear me. But I suppose I'll have to introduce...
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the...
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to...
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're...
God be with you, friend.
이제 어디서 봤다는데 사무엘이네.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians. I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest.
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell, and we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the... and this is Sem.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see...
Because we all need to help each other in this time of... And why would they...
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than gaining a few groschen. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to...
Not to lend, but to give.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead.
Henry? That messenger of Rad...
You know each other.
That would be him.
Or maybe you'll get to know each other. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. He was supposed to become a blacksmith.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right.
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of...
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
뭐야, 마티는 정작 사무엘이 친아들이야?
He didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? You should have taken care of me. But
don't make hasty judgments. As far as at least he took in Henry and raised him as his own. Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry...
Enough.
For that, there...
excuse me.
Better communion.
그치만 금방 취하면 어떡해. 아 잠깐만. 이 작자는 술을 마셔야 돼? 당신은 알코올 중독자입니다. 술을 마시지 않으면 힘, 속도, 활력이 3 감소합니다. 또한 지구력 회복 속도가 더뎌집니다. 오랫동안 술을 마시지 않으면 치료됩니다. 고도인 알코올 중독 치료 프로젝트 한번 가봐야 되나? 술을 한 번도 안 마셔볼까? 검은 깃털 사과로 참아 양반아.
Good health to you, sir.
I'm Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo, the last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that...
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right... You say you're a poet?
Jamais! Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? I think not. To recite, I require...
How come
I am operating as this. My great benefit is my strong connection with there. Everyone knows my name. Here in...
How did you...
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. And only lost it...
That needs some...
Oh, misère.
You're quite mistaken.
Ah, this Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farm hands. Do tell me about it. No doubt.
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me.
Then, what are you doing here?
The Lord moves. Where have you been on your travel?
But of course. Oh, if you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with... And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then...
And you wouldn't by any chance know the...
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary. And here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
아유.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. And to yours.
아, 술 마셔버리네.
Could it have gone? I would have expected a bit more sense from him. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. That's not a thing I've ever boasted. I have my... From what I've heard about you... Is that so? Indeed. As it happens. Excellent. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan... and the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the... Well... I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace. We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp... but Sigismund's army is demoralized and weak. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield. But he can't retreat either. And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's... For the plan to work, we need allies. Their money... We just need negotiators who will push the right people in... Are you saying you said everything? More like in... If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea... You're certainly not the first to tell me that. Why are you doing... Because I want to put us... And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne. I'll help you. I'll give you 3 names. Bocek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side. Meanwhile... I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because Why? Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. There aren't many like... Tell me... Certainly. Bocek of Kunstadt. That's just the thing. He doesn't play the big game. He always goes for the sure thing. But... Alder the Alderman. He still is. The only one who retained his position. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Gutenberg. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burgher. Anna of Volj. Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised. I was quite surprised to see her here. A male affair? Anna is holding back and behaving like an But don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love. And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course. She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most, and that it was thanks to her. I'll get on it then. I wish us both luck. Before the... I'd rather discuss those alone.
Greetings, sir.
Greetings.
Nobody has the likes of these.
Not even Bocek?
Not even Bocek. And he's a great lord.
That's hard to believe.
Martin likes to exaggerate.
I'd like to check your horses out. See if...
Ha!
And you might...
Well, You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to...
I want to have a word with...
Well, I'm having a word with you. For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately.
We'll talk later and in private.
Don't try my...
Why so strict?
20 years ago, he was not... I got him a place at the Archbishopric. Only it wasn't long. And then, I find out that he took his boozing and whoring along...
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after...
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a
How dare...
You're as shit a father as I am a son.
You're dishonoring your...
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That...
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults.
We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies.
You've got no other option.
Gentlemen, I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin, the second, as he desires.
Out of the question. And he's got plenty to learn from Christopher. By God's grace, I have at least one...
You want satisfaction? Suit yourself, then. We'll fight.
After you.
Well, that...
Shouldn't we run?
No. Chris...
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
You don't know which end of that thing is up.
Fuck you. Enough. That will do. My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer.
Oh, you know how it is. The countryside is tough. It's dog-eat-dog. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees.
Aye.
So Father would be... Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner...
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down.
Not at all. When I was 6 years old, he wouldn't talk to me for a week because...
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able...
Only...
I always wondered who you were.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. But now, I have a chance to...
And that's why you want to talk to old...
I can't talk.
So we're all allies, but only... After your encounter with Father, actually, I don't think you should even...
What else can...
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me...
Do I have...
If it's really that
All right, then. It's a nice idea.
Only no one's going to pay for one.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees...
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that?
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds
I don't know how to thank you.
You can...
You're starting...
쿤스타트 보호체 그 경기 지지를 받으세요. 아, 잠깐 뭐가 이상하네. 아, 해자 바깥세사가 벽을 또 세웠다고?
Greetings to you too.
It's quite unusual to see him cornered like this.
I'll bet my last groschen he's setting the stage for his
켜봐 씨.
Exactly why he mustn't push too hard.
Sir Bocek,
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes.
On the contrary,
Does that improvement include a few thousand...
A few thousand men-at-arms, only in order to get them.
You've got my attention, but...
How can I...
I need guarantees of security.
Of course.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were... I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after. I can't risk it all in a conflict with six...
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund?
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable...
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also glad...
I believe Liechtenstein...
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up...
How
He's a young...
What's wrong with him? He's young, he's handsome, and he'll give...
And to half the wenches in his... On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation. Maybe it's...
I'll convey your offer to Lord Capon.
I don't care what the young lord... If he agrees, I'll be happy to support you.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot...
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now...
Sir Hanush!
You do? Let's hear it then.
Young Lord Capon is going to get married.
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter pregnant, I'll have his hide. I'm not going to support some bastard.
You misunderstand. I mean, with...
You arranged a marriage for my ward?
What?
Just like that? With who?
With the niece of Sir Bushek, Lord...
Bushek of Kunstadt?
Kunstadt?
The Bushek of Kunstadt?
Bushek
Godwin, you
of
conniving
Kunstadt?
old bastard.
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Kunstadt's
If you're
daughter?
serious, I'll make sure that you get the Ratte parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassau. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself.
아, 이왕 컨셉 잡은 김에 사용하자.
I must sadly...
어쩔 수 없어. 술을 한번 끊어보자고. 컷신에서 술잔 홀짝거리는 것 때문에 술 마시는 판정될 줄 알았는데 계속 금지 판정인 거 보니까.
Your niece Yitka can start preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill...
Thank you.
Enough formality.
Thank you, but I'd rather...
금주 해야 된다고요, 금주. 평판이 떡락한다. 이러면 어떡하냐 이거. 씨. 평판이 내 평판이. 말레쇼프. 와, 평판 마이너스 22는 뭐야, 씨. 날 보면 그냥 죽이려 들겠네, 그냥. 와, 이거 어떡하냐, 이걸. 괜히 시작했나? 고도인의 금주 프로젝트.
God be with you. There's something...
God be with you.
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady.
To muster an army...
Christ!
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my... Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what
How do you know Licht...
I know most of the people here very well, but they wouldn't dream. Well, it seems that Lord Liechtenstein...
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most...
Not only for people, but all...
Who did you learn from?
I acquired the basics from my husband, and the rest I learnt quickly, as soon as other... So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund?
Nothing more. I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why?
It's not only your money. You're well able to negotiate and trade.
Then I'd be happy. If you want me to support you, you must give me...
Do you have something?
Well, one of the guests here has...
Who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the...
Have you fallen?
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. My relatives, they're disappointed that I dared outlive my husband. And the fact that I'm handling his estates.
And these...
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain undesirable...
You were dealing with...
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear.
And the paper...
Just insignificant documents.
I'm
Harmon Alder was given the doc... He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them.
All right, I'll help you.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags. Bring them to me. And put the... But watch yourself.
아, 마음에 안 들어. 별일을 다 시키네 진짜. 야, 이거 닥터 뽑는 거야? 그렇네. 아니, 삶아가지고 뽑아야 되는 거 아니야? 왜 이렇게 해? 중세는 이래? 가마솥에 물 끓여가지고 거기 한번 넣었다 빼가지고 베끼던데. 이거 왜 이래? 여긴가요? 어딘가요? 어디야? 짚는다다. 개꿀.
What brings you here?
I've got those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet!
Milady, with all the... Here they are. You're welcome.
As agreed.
Thank you.
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain.
I'd like to. But...
Wise.
아, 평판이 또 하락했다. 이거 심지어 지금 이거 평판 떨어질 때 떨어지는 폭, 그 줄이는 폭이 고도이 높구나.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the success...
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least... Tell me, Godwin...
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kun...
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long...
결국 술을 마시네.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
음악부터가.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours. They'll give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
좋은 날은 다 갔다. 어? 좋은 날은 다 갔어, 케이폰. 표정 봐, 씨.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
근데 프롤로그 상으로는 이 요새가 포위를 당하잖아. 이 요새가 아닌가? 프롤로그에 나왔던 요새는 해자가 없었던 것 같은데? 닭다리 뜯으면서 발이 덜덜 뜨는 거 봐라.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
오, 가래 끓는 저 목소리가.
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us.
상환자를 바꿔버려?
And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here.
갑자기?
With immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
싸이라고 하네.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine.
수도원이 100포드였나? 씨. 또 헷갈려요. 씨. 수도원 적세.
The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
지금 칼을 얼마나 대단했던 거야? 이렇게 묘사하는 거.
We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
복리한다가 안 돼.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
목리할 수 있으면 좋았을 텐데. 목례 버튼이 안 됐나?
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the council was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosch. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Oderin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosch will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, Roy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabosch falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
이정원일까? 이름이 룩셈부르크이라고만 잘리네.
It's a wondrous tool.
룩셈부르크의 지기스무트 왕이라고 떠야 되는데. 우 하란창에서 유아 이뜰 땐 룩셈부르크이 하고 끝나네.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
어우씨. 뭐야? 이 인지 부조화는 뭐야? 이 말도 안 되는 상태 뭐야 이거? 알코올 중독자입니다. 술을 마시지 않으면인데 나는 술을 마시지 않아가지고 디버프를 받고 있는데 또 그냥 캠페인 그냥 퀘스트 설정상 이미 만취한 상태여가지고 만취 디버프는 또 받고 있어. 뭐 어찌라는 거야 이건 또. 나는 분명 술을 마시지 않아가지고 욕구 디버프를 받고 있는데 만취 디버프까지 받고 있다고? 아. 이만 자야겠다. 아, 고도인 술 끊기 하기 힘드네.